My earlier research, I proved that Vaivasvata Manu of the great flood from the ancient Indian epics is the same as the Noah from the Bible, as well as is the same as Utnapishtim from the epic of Gilgamesh. I also proved that like a 7/8 from ancient Hebrew texts, 7 Karshavas from the ancient Zoroastrian texts, 7 days of creation that was described in the Bible, and then 7 Manvantara cycles from the ancient Indian text. These are all the description of the 7 supercontinent cycles that occurred till now on the surface of the earth. All this indicates a common origin for these religions. If so, why can't they merge again into one? So this is the question I am posing as part of this talk. Let's see what is ahead. This is part of a series I started, Steps to Reform India. This is the fourth talk in that series, and my name is Karunakar Marsakatla. Today is April 3rd, 2024. These are the topics we're going to cover. Let's look at. When you look at the concise history of Christianity, what it does denote is like Jesus Christ was born as a messenger of Heavenly Father. That's what it was described in the Bible. So he taught the principles of good life to the people, and he was punished for preaching to the people. That's in a concise form. And when you look at these, who are the equivalents of Indian equivalents of Jesus Christ? When you look at the Vasishtha Maharshi, and as well as Vyasa Maharshi, Patanjali Maharshi, Adi Shankaracharya, Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, Ramakrishna Paramahamsa, Lahiri Mahashaya, these are all eminent enlightened personalities, did the same thing what Jesus Christ did in that part of the world. So in fact, every Rishi, Muni and Yogi who were born in India are taught the way of good life to the people. These enlightened ones also taught the methods by practicing which the disciples themselves could become one of them. So then these ancient Indian rishis and munis, these all teachers, they not only taught like the good way of living, and also they taught yogic methods by which one could practice and become one of them. The Rishi, they could also become the Rishi themselves. That's what they taught to the people. So such an enlightened one is called Guru, or in other words, a messenger of Paramatma, the Heavenly Father. So let's look at one story that was happened in the 19th century. In 19th century, one Christian missionary and a sadhu by name Haridas were crossing the river Ganga on a boat. That was early times when the Britishers were trying to spread the Christianity. So the missionary tried to convert Haridas by telling the miracles of Jesus, such as walking on the water. By hearing this, the sadhu said, like, that's not a great feat. Look what I can do. He jumped out of the boat and started running on the water. So, to the astonishment of the missionary, the sadhu also was doing the same thing as what Jesus Christ did. So, this story was recorded in the supplementary lessons number 77, page number 4 in Paramahamsa Yogananda's self-realization fellowship lessons. The same story was described in the Ananda website at the following link. And this is the wiki page of the same sadhu, but this event was not listed under that, but you will know his time, when he lived and where he lived. So so each and every Rishi and Yogi Muni could do that in India, ancient India. Like miracles is not a new thing to ancient India. So yogis do get siddhis like lighter body when they are doing yogic practices like a Kriya Yoga and meditation. Most of them avoid showing off the siddhis, but if the situation warrants, then they will perform miracles for the benefit of the society. So thousands of rishis, munis, and yogis over the period of thousands of years did what the Jesus Christ did in the form of miracles when needed. That's what happened all over India in the ancient times. So when you look at how the Christianity started, so the siddhis, definitely because he walked on the water means he got siddhis. Siddhis means extraordinary capabilities for a human being by practice of yogic methods. So definitely Jesus Christ had some siddhis by whatever means he practiced, he got those siddhis. So siddhis in Jesus Christ were unique in that part of the world and gained following from the people. So because they thought like it's very unique um, of unique way of doing things. So that's why people started following Jesus Christ. So Paramahamsa Yogananda theorized that the yogic practices by which Jesus Christ got the siddhis became obscure over time. So he started teaching to the people, but the yogic practices by which he got the siddhis, he might have also taught to the people, but over time, people were not interested. Maybe they were not interested, or by some other means, maybe they were not passed on to the later disciples. So that became obscure. Only his teachings survived to the present time. The followers of his teachings became the religion of Christianity. So that's what happened. There are two parts: teachings as well as the yogic practices. But yogic practices was disconnected, and then only the teachings remained, and the followers became the Christianity. According to the ancient Indian perspective, Jesus Christ is the Guru, and his followers are his disciples who are following his teachings but not the practices by which he got the um, yogic powers. And so, so if that is the case, what is the ultimate goal of humanity? One ultimate goal, one's ultimate goal is union with the Paramatma, who is Bhagavan Narayana and his avatars, and Bhagavan Maheshwara. If one attaches to the Guru all the time, then when will they merge with the Paramatma, the Heavenly Father? So, so only if you keep on listening to the teachings, you will not go anywhere. So if you want a progress within yourself, and you yourself wants to become a guru, then you need to do the practices, yogic practices that are part of the tradition. So Christianity, we can say that Christianity is a broken Guru Sishya Parampara. Only the teachings followed, but not the practices. So if yogic methods are practiced along with the teachings, every Christian becomes like a Jesus Christ. That's what is happening in ancient India. Like there is a Rishi, he teaches the way of good life as well as the yogic practices passed on to the student. The student practices them, he himself becomes the Rishi. So that's what missing in Christianity. So then what is the way forward for the Christianity at this time? So if that is broken, what is the best options available for the Christianity? Let's look at the flood stories. Whatever before Christianity, what happened in the ancient times. So Utnapishtim, Pistim, and then flood story up from the epic of Gilgamesh was the Vaivasvata Manu of ancient Indian flood story. So Noah's Ark story from the Bible is the same as that of the Manu. Manu Noah resembles um, phonetically, and then Utnapistim, Vaivasvatam, kind of they also connect like phonetically similar. So 7 Manvantara cycles and 7 supercontinent cycles that occurred on the surface of the earth are the same. So, and also 7 earths from the Hebrew text and 7 Karshvars from Zoroastrian texts, and even the 7 days of creation from Bible is also the same 7 supercontinent cycles. When you see the description within the Bible, every day some creatures were created, and then next day some other creatures created. So this is the supercontinent cycle where the continents go apart and join together as a supercontinent. Each one takes about around 430 million years. So in that million years, one supercontinent has initially plants and then animals, and then like this the life progresses as part of the supercontinent cycles. So that's what all these ancient stories were describing. And then the 7 Adams, in one instance, it was described as not just one, there were 7 Adams. Those 7 Adams are the 7 Manus from the ancient Indian texts. And then first Adam is the first of the Manus, who is the Swayambhuva Manu. So these are the comparisons between the ancient paths. Those are the similarities we can see from all the ancient history. So, but the world is certainly not 6,000 years old as is believed from the chronology of the Bible. So we know that somebody calculated the age of the earth based on the chronology in the Bible, and then he derived a period of 6,000 years. But looking at the 4.5 billion years old of Earth history cannot be fit into the 6,000 years period. So, what does this reveal? So, looking at all those comparisons from the ancient history, so the root of all the ancient stories is the same. That's what we can assume. The elaborate description of the Manvantara cycles and the enormous time scale of these cycles indicate that this is the oldest surviving description of the root of all these stories. So we can see the Manvantara cycles are very close to the supercontinent cycles. Even though 7 Earths, we can assume they are they are describing the supercontinent cycles, but Manvantara cycles are the closest description of the supercontinent cycles. So 7 days of creation and the story of the flood from the Bible is a distorted version of the ancient copy of the root of these stories. So you can't say just one day we created plants and one day we created animals. It takes millions of years to evolve these species. So this is a kind of shortened version of a oldest root of these stories. But Manvantara cycles describes very close to the reality. So if the Bible is a revelation, then it should have been a more advanced description of these events because it is the latest version of the creation. So Manvantara cycles they are way back in history, and then the Bible is the latest one. So the latest one should have been more close to the reality, but we see the ancient one is more close to the reality. So this cannot be revelation, and then so the 7 days of creation cannot be literally true. So what's happening here? So people from all over the world appreciate the knowledge in the Sanatana Dharma and find joy in the following the same path. But when you look at India, followers of Christianity in India who were born in the same land and being so close to all this ancient wisdom, choosing to ignore the path which enlightens not only this life but also the future ones is an unfortunate thing. So that's what happening currently in India. The people who are living in India, they are very close to the temples, the learning institutions, the books and everything. The land gives so much of opportunity to be part of the ancient wisdom. So what we can think of um, to bring the people close to the ancient knowledge. So ancient knowledge of India is close to reality. If Christians in India, or for that matter from anywhere in the world, wish to join the Sanatana Dharma, then we can think of the next two options. The first option is complete adoption of the Sanatana Dharma. So that way they will just follow everything, whatever is being practiced as part of the Sanatana Dharma in India. The second option is to bring Jesus Christ to the fold of Sanatana Dharma as a guru, similar to Sai Baba. The current Sai Baba, we treat him as a guru in Sanatana Dharma. Similarly, just treat the Jesus Christ as a guru of the Sanatana Dharma, and then the people, that way it will be easy for the Christians to come to the fold of the Sanatana Dharma. Best of his teachings that are in line with the teachings of many generations of the gurus could be merged into the Sanatana Dharma. In this option, people will have Jesus Christ as a guru and follow all the practices of Sanatana Dharma. So that's what. So first option, people choose to completely choose to follow the Sanatana Dharma. The other said, if they can't let go of this years, like years worth of like worshipping Jesus Christ, if they can't able to go with the first option, you can still keep absorb the Jesus Christ into the Sanatana Dharma fold and make him as a guru. And then just like Sai Baba is a guru in the Sanatana Dharma, so the people will consider Jesus Christ as the guru, but they will basically follow the Sanatana Dharma. So, what is the Sanatana Dharma? The future of civilization depends upon the understanding of the true origins and living together as one group. That's what. So, we all need to understand the true origins of everything. And then, with the collective understanding, we need to live together. There is no basis for the religion as it is being practiced today with rigid boundaries around itself. So religion is not something like a walled up thing like a Christianity. Somebody has to go into the Christianity and somebody has to come back from the Christianity. It's not like that. It's not a rigid thing. So the way of life comes down to following the Dharma and practicing the methods received from the true Guru for the upliftment of the soul in the form of union with the Paramatma. So that's basically the practice the Dharma and then practice the methods received from the true Guru. So and then final goal has to be union with the Paramatma. Dharma, the principles of good life, is the same for all on this earth, no matter where you live. So dharma is the way of life, good way of life. So it's the same. If you set your principles, and then everywhere it will be the same. And guru could be different. So the guru who teaches you, who advises you, and who gives the methods to practice to become yourself as a guru. So that could be different for different people. That depends on your choice. But the ultimate goal is striving for the union with the Paramatma should be the final goal. So these are the three things that defines the Sanatana Dharma. So the what we saw not only the teachings but all continuity in teachings and yogic practices is what kept the Sanatana Dharma alive for thousands of years. So in Sanatana Dharma, it's not only the teachings, but the yogic practices that were passed on from Guru to the Shishya, in that Guru Shishya Parampara, the tradition, is that what the strength of the Sanatana Dharma. When you look at the recent Kriya Yoga tradition, um, we see the first Guru as Mahavatar Babaji. He gave all the instructions he passed on the instructions to Lahir Mahashaya, and then this Guru passed on to many of his disciples, and one of them is Sri Yukteswar Giri Maharaj, and then this Guru passed on the principles to practice to Paramahamsa Yogananda. So this is how, from very, very ancient time to many lineages started and this is one of the lineages, but there are many lineages. People practice different way of yogic methods, and then continuing that tradition to enlighten themselves. So temples built by Paramahamsa Yogananda as part of the self-realization fellowship association have the pictures of Bhagavan Sri Krishna, Mahavatar Babaji, Lahir Mahashaya, Sri Yukteswar Giri Maharaj, Paramahamsa Yogananda, and Jesus Christ, all in one line as gurus. So Paramahamsa Yogananda envisioned a way back, like all the enlightened people of the world are gurus, and he considered Jesus Christ as one of the guru, and established his picture in all of the temples, and he borrowed the teachings from all the paths and then included in his lessons. So that's why I dedicate this talk to my Guru Paramahamsa Yogananda, who found the commonality in the search for self-realization in all the paths. So you can, my earlier research on the Manvantara cycles and then all the flood stories of ancient history, you can find in these two YouTube links. And this is the fourth talk in the series. You can watch the previous all three talks. They are available on the YouTube. And some of the, you might be wondering what are the hyphens and dots, and I was putting on the Indian names. They are part of the IAST character set. These are vowels and these are consonants. Thank you.